Hi friend, I am Brandon Gustafson. I help new and aspiring real estate investors launch their assisted living business. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to use private money to start your assisted living business. Welcome to Assisted Living Investing. Hey friend, welcome back to the channel. Before we get into our topic for today's video, which is talking about private money and how you can leverage that to start your assisted living business, I want to remind you to get over to the website, assistedlivinginvesting.net. You can get access to our free underwriting calculator, which is going to help you out in your investment journey and really give you some guidance on how to get started. So make sure you go and grab that calculator. Again, it's at assistedlivinginvesting.net. We will link that down below. Now, let's talk about our topic for today, which is how to leverage private money to start your assisted living business. First, let's talk about what private money is. Private money is coming from private individuals, and this could be a group of people, but basically you have a group of individuals. They have money, and sometimes they'll put this in a fund. So you may have heard of a fund, you may have heard private money lenders, but essentially they are individuals that have enough money that they want to invest it in something, and they will take that money, and based off of who you are as a person and their specific criteria and application process and things like that, opportunities that are there, if they're willing to invest with you, they will take that through their underwriting process, make sure they're comfortable with you, and if they are, then they would lend you the money, very similar to what you would be dealing with a bank or a traditional lender. So they will give that money to you and then you use it. Oftentimes you're going to see things like an interest-only loan. Sometimes they only want you to have that money for a year, 18 months, for a very short period of time, relative, and let you kind of operate the business, and then you would refinance out of it into a more traditional loan. Where it's really beneficial is if you're struggling to try and get that traditional lending money from a bank, SBA lender, or something like that, going the route of private money could be really beneficial because there's a lower level of criteria. You could probably find lenders there in the private money space that have a lower level of criteria than you would see with a lender, or they're going to be a little more comfortable working with you, even with a lack of experience, to get started, so you can build up that experience, that resume, so you can go take that to the bank and get the refinance with some more stable type of lending opportunities there. So just kind of an overview of what private money is and how it works. Now let's talk a little bit about what private money can be used for. So this is going to depend on the lender and what their level of comfort is with them. Oftentimes private money is going to be much more suited for the purchase of real estate, for the purchase of the building. And that's because they're going to be in first position as on a lien on the home. And so it gives them some extra security. So while you might be able to do less money down or things like that, they're going to basically kind of be in control of the property in the event that something defaults and goes bad. That's their security. That's their way of securing their investment and making sure that, hey, things go bad, at least we have this property, we take it, assume it, and then we could sell it and recoup a lot of our money. And that could sound very scary. When I was looking at this initially, I was like, oh man, that's scary. When I thought about it a little bit more though, I realized that's exactly what a bank does. They go in and they secure that property so that if you were to default, they can repossess that home and sell it to make their money back. It's the exact same process. So it's really not that scary when you think about it and when you understand exactly how this goes. Because if you had $1 million and you wanted to give it away to somebody as an investment, wouldn't you want to secure it as well? Like, that's the thought process you need to go through as you're going through this. So private money, it could sound scary, hard money, like all these things, it might just be something they're like, oh, I want to stay away from that. In reality, these are individuals and they're probably easier to work with and more friendly, and they're doing the exact same thing a bank does in the way that they secure their money. So that's something to keep in mind. But because of that, they might be a little more hesitant to give you that extra operating capital to get started. So that's something you also need to be aware of. If you need that extra operating capital, you need some extra funding to make sure that you can operate for the first few months while you're getting residence and home and things like that. You might be able to find a private money lender that's willing to do that. but also you might not, because they're not able to secure that investment with anything else. So they're giving you free money essentially. And so you might need to look somewhere else for that. That could be unsecured lines of credit. It could be going to a more traditional lender and getting a business loan, something along those lines. But the private money might not be as willing to work with you and getting you that operating capital that you need to get started. So that's something you also want to be aware of as you go through the process of trying to secure funding, that they can help you get the building and get the home, even do some renovations potentially. Operating capital, that's a little more squishy and you might not be able to get that. So now let's talk about how to find that private money lender. Now that you kind of know what it is and hopefully feel a little more comfortable with the idea of doing it. Where do you go find them? Number one is going to real estate meetups. That's a really good spot to do it. You might not find that private money lender there, but chances are there's going to be an investor that has worked with one before, and they're going to be able to do that. So networking in that way, and also just reaching out to your personal network. You might have people in your network that you don't realize have that much money and are doing this on the side. Or have that money and they don't know what to do with it and they're willing to lend it out to you. So you might have people in your network, you might have people in your family even that could do this, that could help you out and have it be a more untraditional private money, which is kind of what I did with my dad in partnering with him to use his HELOC to use as a down payment to get us our home. It was kind of a private money type of a situation where we had that money. People can have this in 401k. So you could get online and look at self-directed IRAs and get some more information about that. It's going to kind of help you along your journey and figure out if that's a good way to do that. You also could be looking at talking to your broker. That's how I found my first private money lender. We ended up not working with them, but my broker is the person that introduced us. And your broker is going to be able to help you find those people because they're going to be out networking, building those relationships, and help you know exactly who you should be talking to help you along your investment journey. So brokers are a great way for you to meet these types of people. They're just an incredible resource. I can't speak highly enough for finding a mortgage broker that's going to help you just along your journey. They're going to be a huge advocate for you and help you out as you're trying to get started on your investment journey. To recap this video, we've been talking a little bit about private money. We talked number one about what private money is. And then we also were talking about how it works. How does private money actually work? And then third, we talked about how to go and find that private money lender. If you found this information, first off, like the video, subscribe, and ring the bell as well so you get notified every time we put out this content. So you get, I love helping people out, and I want you to get notified. If you have questions, make sure you comment those down below because it helps me build out the content that's specific to your needs. So make sure you're commenting here what you need help with. And also get over to the website, assistedlivinginvesting.net. You can get access to our free underwriting calculator. When you go there, you can also get the business planning guide, which is a course that I created that's going to help you out in building a business plan. The business plan I used to secure over $1.5 million in funding. Also, how to underwrite and make sure that you feel comfortable in your investment, but also help a lender feel comfortable in your investment and what you're doing so you can secure that funding, which is really, really important. I also have the accelerator course all over there, which is a 12-week path to owning your assisted living business. I love coaching people, love helping people. And if you look at that accelerator and you think to yourself, I need some extra stuff with this, reach out to me, assistedlivinginvesting.net/strategy, and we can jump on a call and I can explain how my coaching program can go hand in hand with the accelerator course and what that's going to look like and how it's going to help you launch your assisted living business. Does residential assisted living sound interesting to you, but you don't know how to get started? At assistedlivinginvesting.net, we're here to help you through the process, start to finish, in launching your assisted living business. I want to thank you for watching and remind you that it doesn't take a lot, just a little bit. Keep going step by step by step. I promise you that if you do, you're consistent and persistent, you're going to be successful. Again, thank you for watching and have a great day.